Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're going to open with a little bit of a... Is this 2 dailies in a row? I know there's competing factions in chat. There's a Rejoice Daily Lovers, it's the 2nd daily in a row. And then 4 comments down, there's like... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The name of the daily haters has been besmirched by 2 dailies in a row. Sorry, my brain is broken permanently, but like also today. I'm in that weird in-between phase. Dude, I will absolutely use a bomb to save my own life here. Today is a Monday. I woke up yesterday on Sunday and I was like, oh, my throat kind of hurts. That's weird. I don't feel sick. And then today, when I woke up, I was like, oh no, there it is. I'm like, trying to, feels like the soft palate on the top of my, like inside of my mouth is like dotted with little virulent particles or something like that. It's just, I'm not feeling the symptoms of illness beyond a sore throat and maybe a little bit of a hoarse voice, but I know it's coming. And you know it's coming, so I apologize. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a head cold. I don't know, man. It's February. It's flu season. I didn't get a flu shot because I'm lazy. And now I might get sick because I'm lazy. And that's just the worst. No champions, please? Dude, these rooms are a friggin' nightmare early. I love being Judas. Don't get me wrong. I just hate the fact that we still only have 1 HP, have not found any tinted rocks. We could have used Book of Belial on this room, and as long as there was combat on that other remaining room, we would have been fine, but this is okay. You know, this first floor is it's not the most difficult Isaac run you could ever imagine, but it's been a little bit of a challenge, so I do expect that some people, maybe even still myself included, glaucoma. I've been from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to glaucoma. Philadelphia, myopia, yeah. It's a song about blindness. I don't know, or visual impairedness at least. Hey, Callus is not bad. No, we want Callus, I think, just so we don't die if we make one misstep. And then let's... Oh, that's not going to be a secret room, then. This could be a secret room, but we might rather... I'm gonna peep it real quick. This is a tough call, man. Well, it's not really, but it's a tough call to figure out what we want to do with our existing bomb. I think for now I'm just gonna try this. Thank you for not being Ragman. I don't love the fact that I used a key. They're in relatively short supply for the time being. I had anecdotes about sickness, and all that. Sometimes people go, hey, oh my god, what is this face? Sometimes people go, no, do the for real, like do it like you're really trying, and I'm like, that's it. It goes, I could do it in a funnier voice if you want, but, so this is hell. If you live through this fight and get 9 lives, you probably win the run. I mean, we haven't even talked about the fact that this one still goes to Mom's heart. And by Mom's heart, of course, as usual, I mean Mom's foot. We got super lucky there. We didn't even get 9 lives, so don't even talk to me about that. 2020 is beautiful. Dude, this is kind of, dare I say it, it's kind of a fun daily, because a lot of people are going to be destroyed. I like dailies that have like a kind of an early game toll booth. And if you don't manage to get past them, that's, you know, tough luck. I've been on that side of the equation many, many times. If you do manage to get past them, though, you know, you're loving life. Please give me a spirit heart. Okay, this is where we could, in theory, start to make some big progress. I think we should probably get that as well. Just don't get hit here, and for God's sakes, don't get hit by the champion. But yeah, don't cry for me. Probably you weren't in danger of that in the first place, but might be catching a little bit of a cold. Life goes on. The only thing that sucks about, I mean, I guess it sucks to get a cold at, like, the best of times, but, the thing that sucks most about it is that it always affects your voice. Like, if I was a doctor, I could just go to work anyway and infect all of my patients silently. But because I'm a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, an influencer, a content creator, media mogul, CEO of Northernlion Enterprises, no, you're always aware of when I'm sick. I was thinking about that the other day. I had a great idea for a Black Mirror episode, okay? You know, right now, let's assume I have the flu. I could go out, I could get on a bus without washing my hands, and I could infect like 10 people with the flu using me as a host. One of those people might be, you know, immunocompromised. They might have an immunodeficiency disorder, they might be old, they might, you know, have young children at home or something like that. What about a Black Mirror episode where whenever anybody dies of a contagious disease, they can trace it back to the person who gave them the disease, and even though you didn't give them the disease willfully, you're in some way culpable for the fate that happened to them because you could have stayed home. I do think, like, in North America, we have, like, we're backwards about sickness. We're always taught to be like, it's just a cold, who cares? But, like, how much productivity on planet Earth is wasted? I don't think I want that, honestly. We've done very well. I'm very happy with where we're at. I'm just gonna head down to the next floor, take a sip of coffee before I go on this next analogy. How much productivity is wasted when, you know, somebody has a cold, but they come to work anyway, and then they infect, you know, a third of their office, and then those people infect the people that they live with, who then go on to infect a third of their school, a third of their own workplace, etc., etc. Like, if I'm elected, first off, if you have a cold, you go to the doctor. It works in our system, even though it'll make things extremely busy. Look, I haven't really thought out my political plans for this. I'm just saying it's a perfect world, so get ready. You get a cold, you have to go to the doctor. If you don't, it's considered like a misdemeanor, okay? I know, it sounds like it's compromising freedom, but hear me out. The reason you have to go to the doctor is because the doctor's going to give you a note. They're going to look at you and go, yeah, you're actually sick. They give you a note. You pass the note to your boss. Once you're in possession of that note, you literally cannot go to work for 3 days, let's say. You're off from work for 3 days. Also, it's illegal to kiss your spouse on the mouth. We got to stop these diseases before they spread, man. I know this sounds a little radical, and people are like, oh, it's just a cold, what's the big deal? Even though the symptoms of a cold are not that bad. Obviously. First off, you know, not everybody's a plucky young YouTube and Twitch viewer like us. You know, some people, older people, they get a cold, they're out of commission for like 3 weeks. Talk to my parents about it sometimes. They're relatively young for the parents of a nearly 30-year-old man-child. They're in their early 50s. Sometimes they get a cold, and they're like, I've been fighting this cold off for like 2.5 weeks. And I'm like, oh my god. This is what we have to look forward to, unless Ray Kurzweil gets his way. We will take Squeezy. We took some dumb damage there, but the run's going pretty well now. I just think we have too much pressure on people. We put too much pressure on people to go to work when they're sick. And it's stupid because it just results in, sure, you don't miss 2 days of work maybe, but instead, you make everybody else around you less productive for like a couple of days. And you're less productive yourself. That's my opinion. I think if you're sick and you work in an office with other people, you should stay home. Or at least work remotely if possible. I know this is a perfect world scenario. And I know that there's people out there who are like, well, if that was the law, I just wouldn't follow the law. If I got sick, I'm not going to the doctor. That's an inconvenience. I feel you. To be honest with you, you know, been to the emergency room a few times in the past few years. I've been to after-hours clinics, been to walk-in clinics. It's annoying. It takes a while. But, like, if that's what you gotta do to not spread an infectious disease, even if it is just minor, more power to you. I'm not saying we should literally, like, prosecute people for spreading the common cold. Not yet, anyway. The technology doesn't exist. All I'm suggesting is that we should make it illegal for your workplace to make you come in when you're sick. Which it might already be illegal. But, like, add another layer of, like, removing plausible deniability. So here's what I'm suggesting, is your coworkers can report you to some kind of secret government agency if they see you sneezing or sniffling. We'll come around in a black van, throw you in, run a couple of tests, do a cheek swab, see if you got any kind of contagious disease, and then, you know, if you're found to be ill, we will we'll cure you, and the person who reported you gets a little bit of a bounty. What could go wrong? What do you mean, troubling historical parallels? It's not like that. It's not like that. I hate to, you know, whenever it's the common cold season, people just assume, and I'm not an epidemiologist, so I have no idea how true this is, right? My pet theory, but, you know, I'm a YouTuber, so I don't really have to have evidence for what I'm going to suggest. I can just suggest it and then be like, it's common sense. People go like, okay, November to March, it's cold and flu season. Would it still be cold and flu season if, would it be as bad, I guess, if whenever someone got the cold or the flu, they didn't feel pressure to go to work, and instead they just stayed at home to convalesce, and then came back when they were non-contagious? Sure, it's not going to eliminate it from existence, but at the same time, it would probably help out a great deal. Like, I wonder, in school you get sick all the time. Everybody on the internet, nobody's like, I get sick all the time. Everybody's like, I haven't been sick in 8 years, and I, you know, blah, 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 blah. Dude, these items, come on. Come on. We'll have a Zane-filled run next, I promise you this. Well, I promise you I will try, at least. Red Candle's beautiful. But we gotta think about this. We can get to Boss Rush. How are we gonna get past that? Well, I mean, we can't even buy it yet, but we can get to we can get to Boss Rush, but how are we gonna get past that? Yeah, we don't really have the impetus right now. Well, we'll figure it out. Hopefully. Or we won't, and then that'll be the end of the run, which is also fine. But for now, we're, like, right on schedule, so I'm gonna keep exploring for the time being. But anyway, like, you know, in school, it wasn't uncommon to take maybe, like, a couple of sick days a semester, right? I always wonder, like, if you get sick in December, and then you get sick again at the start of April, is that just your own flu that you passed on to a classmate, and it made its way? Oh, it just left 10th grade history class, now it's heading to home economics. Oh, there was a house party, and one of the dudes, Steve Aoki, that's probably not a good name to choose. He's a cool kid, he made out with the girl from another school district. All of a sudden, we got 2 school districts infected now. Thanks a lot, Steven. And your career as a DJ is never gonna work out. I did not go to the same school as Steve Aoki, which is really good for me, because I loved baking cakes, and that would have been a destructive combination. Steve Aoki is a DJ. I believe he throws cakes into audiences, but I actually just do not know. Like, I'm telling you, dude, it's like you're lending someone an infectious disease, and then you're getting it back later. That being said, I'm like my own worst enemy, because, well, I live a hypocritical lifestyle, let's put it that way, because I might be coming down with something. I'm flying out of Vancouver like literally 6 days and 23 hours from now. Might be enough time to get over it, but you know, it might still be infectious, I don't know, but you know, this is an expensive plane ticket. I'm getting on that plane, one way or the other. Sorry, rest of planet Earth. I guess the other thing we could do is just cure the common cold. But you know, that's Big Pharma. Won't allow the common cold to be cured because it's more lucrative to just have the common cold symptoms treated. I want to make this clear. I'm 100% joking. I don't believe in any conspiracy theory where the prime evidence of it is, how naive are you? Whenever you... Well, just follow the money. Chi bono. It's chi bene, whatever. I don't speak Latin, okay? I went to a school, we barely had French. Steve Aoki went there, you can ask him. 2 spirit hearts. Kind of like a good run, but a little slow. Our game plan right now, like, we could play the self-sacrifice room here, and there is probably like a non-negligible chance that this is the right thing to do. But it just feels wrong to have a run where you can make it to boss rush, but then not even go to boss rush. Especially on a daily. I mean, only on a daily, really. Not only is boss rush worth a lot of points, it's kind of like it's a feather in your cap, you know? You're like, okay, I survived the heck of the start of this run, and now I'm doing a lot better, and I can get some points here. Plus, in theory, it's the optimum solution. If you're able to, get to boss rush, and then teleport out, and then play a self-sacrifice room, you're Gucci. No guarantees of that, though. And I guess, like, this run, we're probably kind of careening pretty close to being done with it one way or the other. We're probably halfway done. If we don't find a way out of boss rush, we might be even closer, unfortunately, because I'm having a good time on this daily, and moreover, I think that I'm probably... Let's do it. It'll be weird. Dude, the shot, like, the spread on these shots is actually pretty tight for having 2020 and quad shot as well. Mutant Spider, if you want to get technical. And I do. I'm very happy that they don't spread out far, because it actually means that it was probably... Oh, you jerk. It was probably meaningful to actually take this. Even though the rate of fire is obviously going to be a lot worse. It's kind of a fun item. I don't know, maybe even Cursed Eye could have been applicable here, but, you know, we've done our time in the mines of Cursed Eye. We don't need any more. Still, like, it's crazy to me. I have to point this out every time. Like I said, I hold a degree in biology, a bachelor's degree, which if you didn't know it, well, I mean, The Bachelor is the most popular show on TV, and The Master may have won some Oscars, but is not really a fan favorite, if you know what I mean. So I'll let you be the judge of what accreditation is better. I think we do want to try to go to the shop. We still need a teleport card, so it's worth the cost, I think. And we definitely do also want to take Guppy's Head, I think. Even though for boss rush, Book of Belial is probably better. But on every other room, we're probably going to prefer Guppy's Head. But it's like, you know, as a layperson, you're like, you cured polio. You can't cure the common cold? I have no reason to think that it should be easier to cure the common cold. This didn't cure polio. They eradicated polio with a vaccine. It's a little different, but functionally, I don't have polio, so it feels like the same thing to me. Maybe it's one of those, like, you know, the common cold is actually a cluster of closely interrelated viruses or something like that. My favorite Beastie Boys song. I don't know, maybe there is something to the big pharma argument. I mean, how much a year do I spend on NyQuil? Probably dozens of dollars. You know how much I would spend on, if you went to the pharmacy, let's just put this up in theory, okay? If you went to the pharmacy and you had the choice between a $10 bottle of NyQuil that would make suffering through the cold easier, or a $30 bottle of medicine that would kill the cold dead, and save you like a day or two of having any symptoms because you're literally like you don't even have the disease anymore, which would you take? 100%, I'm paying $30 for the cure. And I understand that might make me a little bit, you know, of a fat cat. But there's like an opportunity cost associated with being sick besides discomfort. And I've said many times, I actually don't dislike being a little bit under the weather. It gives you a great excuse to not work that's actually valid. However, I can't deny, I'd pay, today, I would pay $30 to not experience this. I'd pay like $100 to not experience this cold. That's right, 2 video games, roughly. Well, 10 on Steam, but I would get more enjoyment out of not having the cold than out of having 2 video games, unless those video games were Celeste. I mean, how good is that? It's a masterpiece, I know. What are we gonna do on this floor? I don't know, man. We have Mystery Sack, right? So here's my end game as I see it right now. Ah, whoa, I love it. That's a teleport. So we now just immediately find boss rush as fast as possible. Our game has changed. Ooh, careful. Might as well peep this because we might not come back this way. Oh, definitely want to sleep there. Sorry, I became Michael Winslow from the Police Academy series temporarily. I don't know why he's a 56K modem. Something that is probably foreign to most of my audience and also was like futuristic sci-fi by the time that Police Academy existed. Oh my god. I'm getting sucked into the temptation of using my orbital here. I remember, it was probably 1996 or something like that. Somewhere in there. I was like 8, maybe 7 years old. We had a computer, and we had the internet, but it was still in its infancy. We had a 14.4K modem, 14.4 kilobits per second. Try streaming to Twitch with that. Your stream's gonna look worse than my PUBG videos. Literally by like a factor of 1,000. But anyway, oh, there's a special room. Hey, let me out of here. There's a real chance on this daily. We gotta go. I went to a trade show with my grandfather, and there's like door prizes. You know, you put your business card in something, you win a prize. He won a 56K modem, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be able to browse the internet so fast. And then my dude sold the modem for like 50 bucks. It was worth something like 200, but he's like, I'm not gonna use it, I'll just offload it on somebody. Hey, free 50 bucks, let's all go to the Red Lobster. He has no idea how much time I spent loading up illicit JPEGs on his computer as a result of that boneheaded decision to do what he wished with his own property like some kind of idiot. So I know this is reckless, but I basically like have to. Yeah, I'll stand by that decision until the end of time. Now, out of these, we hate them all. We really sincerely do. I think we made a mistake taking Mutant Spider, but the run is still like, is still doable. Although I will say, we need to very much extremely endeavor to keep our HP as high as possible, because otherwise, you know, I don't know how we're gonna play a self-sacrifice room, really. But we also made it to boss rush with like literally a second to spare. Okay. So I'm kind of like, I'm looking over at Mystery Sack, and I'm going, you know the internet cartoon? You've heard of these things? I'm poking it with a stick, and I'm going, come on, do something. Give me a card. I really wish we kept Book of Belial, specifically for this room. This is like 1,000 leapers right now. I also completely forgot that we have black powder. But I'm also at 1 speed. Like Rook from Rainbow Six Siege. Ah, I like that. Okay. Step 1. Make the largest circle you can. There you go. Step 2. Hey, come here, you jerk. Eat my... Oh. Hey, eat my butt, you stupid. Hello, Stinky, etc., etc. Okay, we got a Spirit Heart from Mystery Sack, which is like, I feel bad, because I'm gonna say, what's the matter? You couldn't have been like a devil card or something, but like, oh, these guys are a little tricky. To be real with you, like, shouldn't have shot that red poop. We kind of need, like, a Spirit Heart. We also, like, definitely need a Devil card. I'm just trying to push these guys onto the red poop, and I gotta be honest, it's working. Illness is weird, man. This is, like, a recurring theme in Northernlion videos, but we as a species are so smart. Like, people, you know, they'll tweet about it. Humans are so dumb, lol. pile of responsibility that'll cause me stress if I don't tackle it. Picture of Drake doing the no face. Episode 35 of a TV show I don't like that much. Drake doing the yeah face. I understand. But our brains are actually, like, so good. And we have filled them with so much knowledge. But our bodies are the same pieces of trash that got us to the top of the food chain in the first place, you know? Like, we're still meat. Doesn't it freak you out? We get infected by other creatures. When you're ill, it's not... I think people have this idea that, like, bacteria is like... Oh, you know, bacteria is just like bacteria. It's a thing on Earth that infects you. It's like bad dirt. My dude, that's other species genes. Not other species, you know, like other domains. More, well, okay, let's not get into this. Either way, the thing is, it's another animal. And that animal is like, you know what? I've evolved to live inside of you and, like, use your resources for my own. I am being colonized right now by an alien life form. And people go, oh, that's what, oh, you got the sniffles? Just go to work anyway. Even though you're currently being invaded by a foreign species. So say, if you were like, hey, you got mushrooms growing in your lungs, you would be like, that's actually freaking disgusting. Please don't talk to me like that. If you're like, oh, you got a virus there on the back of your throat, people would be like, yeah, that's just normal. I don't feel that bad. They're trying to take your carbon. That's crazy, man. The robot bodies, like, literally cannot come soon enough. We are meat that is going bad. It freaks me out from time to time. People, like, you know, they stub their toe and it hurts. And they go, oh, the human body is such a flawed premise. Nah, dude. It's the fact that, like, roughly once or twice a year, bacteria goes, all right, it's time for our yearly invasion. And then they don't succeed. They go like, we'll be back next time. And they are. And they're stronger. No matter how comfortable your life is, never forget, you are in a constant war with other life forms, not even human beings, for the limited chemical resources on planet Earth. And the bacteria want them, man. They want them real bad. I mean, they don't know what wanting is because they're, you know, they don't really, I mean, they're single-celled organisms. They don't really have like a brain or desires or anything. How do you know? Have you ever asked the bacteria what it wants? Let's go. We're done. I am stoked, actually. This went pretty well. Points are fine. We didn't lose too many, we didn't lose too much in terms of our HP. It's gonna be heck to try to make a self-sacrifice room work here. How do we do it? Pardon me. That was an illness burp. I think step one, pick up some of the consumables we left behind. I swear to you, I pivoted backwards. That's not gonna help, obviously. We should crush every skull. This is another thing I was thinking of, is if there was a reroll machine, we could get maybe a lot of spirit hearts. Oh, Balls of Steel's a big help. Second secret room could be a good source. We should try it. Can't really play the blood bank unless things change a little bit, but I do want to go to the boss trap room, please. I beg you, sir. Thank you. So yeah, like, never forget that, you know, we're basically like electrified meat. It friggin' weirds me out. It doesn't weird me out that often, I guess, but I get the same kind of feeling when I, you know, think of what a jellyfish is. I'm like, it's a plastic bag with neurons. Kinda blows my mind. And I think about us and I'm like, I'm just like 40 steaks. I'm 40 steaks in a saltwater bath with the electricity pumping through them from time to time. You gotta think, man, are we gonna go to the curse room here? It's amazing how quickly you can just pivot. From having an existential crisis to like, okay, how are we gonna make this daily work? We gotta shoot for it. We got 8 HP. It usually takes 7, I think. Oh, I like this. It usually takes 7 to get to the point of, seeing if you get Spirit Hearts back. Maybe it takes 8, I don't know. Now that we have even more HP, I feel much better about it, because we have some red hearts that we can draw upon. It is bad for permanent Polaroid invincibility, but if it helps us get to the dark room, it's all worth it. We have to drop Callus. And unfortunately, for us, there's no more elegant way to make this happen than what you're seeing in front of you right now. I really don't want to fight an angel statue, just for the record. So we'll take Dead Dove. Dead Dove. Dead Dove. Oh, what is wrong with me? You wouldn't understand the movies that I like. It's like The Shining. It's like a really artsy movie. A lot of people aren't familiar with it. Dead Dove. Don't shoot at me, okay? I'm trying to see if you behave like blue fires, which you do, apparently, so. I thank you. Let's go. Probably we're gonna have to lose this Eternal Heart, is my expectation. I think it was take one more step. Oh, that's the ticket. Actually, exactly what we were looking for. And then see you later, i.e. friggin' never. And now that we can fly, let's peep the curse room really quick. You never know. If we can get one guppy item here, one guppy item from our red chest, we're good to go. So we sacrificed like 2,000 points. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really love our odds when it comes to finishing this run. Like, I don't really love our odds of beating the lamb, but it could happen. Our stats aren't that bad. They also aren't that good, but we got really lucky. We had like essentially exactly the right amount of HP. And now you look at this and you go, okay, technically the right play is to use AWAS and then see if there's a self-sacrifice room on the next floor. It's sunk cost fallacy, but I'm gonna not do that because that sounds terrible. So, sorry. We can still do some funky stuff here. It's not like we're using keys for anything else right now. Oh, amazing. Thanks a lot, dude. That was really good. That was really good. I am an idiot. That was really good and helpful. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We should stomp. Baby, turn around so I can see that Shrexy body go donk, donk, donkey. This it's not always gonna be a winner. Excuse me? Excuse me? Okay, that was scary. Guppy Dream is well and truly dead. Telepills and a wharf. We should have used AWAS on the last floor to try to see if we got anything out of it, but this is actually really nice to get a Telepills here. Oh. What's our luck stat? 0. Dang. So hopefully we're closer to the boss than we were before. It's hard to tell, but we've skipped a big room at least. I think my actual cardinal sin on this run was losing Book of Belial. I shouldn't say losing, like throwing away Book of Belial. It was not that bad. In order to take Guppy's head. In hindsight, probably the wrong decision. That was a very, very clutch black powder there. Didn't quite get the job done, but closed in on it. Yeah, losing Book of Belial, it hurt us a lot on boss rush. It's gonna hurt us a lot down here as well. Taking quad shot was probably also a mistake. But it was a mistake that... There's a little sacrifice in the name of Zane. Early morning, daily run. Oh. Take quad shot, Northernlion wide. Free at last, they killed our run. They could not take my pride. Might as well. One guppy item away. Like I said. Getting one guppy item in that curse room way back when would have been pretty sick. What do you do here? Oh, dude. Hope that he doesn't do any attacks that are annoying. That one's not too bad. It's now horrible. Wow, we got super lucky there. Use your bombs wisely. Try not to get caught by any beams. It's actually going okay right now, but that's, you know, past returns are no guarantees of future returns. I'm too slow. Literally too slow. Look at that cross up. Kobe Bryant would be upset. That's alright. We performed admirably. 43rd. That's incredible. This was a tough one. In the end, at least. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.